Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing a new ink. This one is by Atramentis. It's called Apple Blossom, and I will be doing a swatch and also some writing tests just to see how it looks. Let me just open it here. It looks like it's kind of a mauve-y, pinky color. And so now I'm recovering from a cold, so I apologize if my voice sounds off or something, but it almost smells like it has a scent, like it's a scented ink. And because I'm recovering from a cold, I don't know if that's my mind playing tricks on me or not. So after this, I will look it up and I will let you know. I'll leave a note down in the comments. But if it is scented, then this smells really nice. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the swatch here. I'll put a little bit extra, try to get it a little heavier on one side here. Very pretty color. I was not expecting it to be that pigmented. It was very pretty. Oops. Okay, this is Apple Blossom. Okay, and we will leave it aside. That's how it looks right now when it's wet. We'll see how it looks after it dries up. See if it has any other fun effects. And I'm going to be testing it out on some plain copy paper first, because you never know. Maybe that's all you got laying around is some plain old paper and you want to see how the ink performs. So we'll give this a shot and see. So it looks like from here, I do believe I see some feathering. So this might not be something you can use on cheap paper. And this is copy paper. But that's why I do these tests, because, you know, you don't know until you try it, and you might not want to buy a bottle of ink if you don't know how it's going to perform on the paper that you have. So I'm going to give this, you know, some time to dry, but it's a beautiful color, but right away you can see up here there's some pretty significant feathering down here on these lines. You can see it. So if that doesn't bother you, then it's probably fine. Yeah, it doesn't, well, it's kind of bleeding through a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if those things don't bother you and you just like the color, then now you know what to expect. I don't see any shimmers or anything, so this shouldn't be a problem. If you have a pen that doesn't like shimmers, this shouldn't be a problem. Let me just put some of these scribbles here. Okay, and this is the HP 32 paper. All right, HP 32. It looks a lot better on this paper. Let me just finish these lines real fast and see. Yeah, it's hard to tell. There's no like dramatic feathering like before, but it looks like there might be the tiniest bit up here. But I did lay the ink down real heavy, and a normal pen wouldn't do that. But down here, it looks totally fine. And it looks like we're actually seeing some shading, which is really pretty. This is actually a really nice ink. For the HP 32 paper, if you put this in a pen, I think it would be totally fine. So I like how this looks. I keep trying to, let me smell that again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's scented. Either that or the ink just happens to smell nicer than other ink. But yeah, so there is that. All right, and this is Tomo River paper. Tomo River paper is really smooth and really nice. And I like how a lot of the inks look on this paper. Sometimes if the ink has a special property, you can see it better on this type of paper. Okay, Tomo River. And if there are any colors that you would like to see me review, just leave a comment down below. And if I have them, I'll review them, or I'll try to get them. Sometimes I can get samples. Okay, let me just clean this off. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. So far, this is looking like, well, looks about the same as the HP 32 as far as like the feathering and everything. I'm going to give it a second to dry. Looks like it needs these parts here need a little more time to dry. But you can see, one thing I'll point out is on this cheaper paper, the color doesn't look as rich or as saturated as it does on the HP 32. You do see a little bit of shading, but it just looks so much nicer and so much more prominent on the HP 32. And then on the Tomo River, the color is even more rich and more saturated. The shading is even more pronounced. And but it's still either of these two, the HP 32 or the Tomo River. They both look excellent. I would be happy. I mean, even this looks fine, but you know, if you don't want the feathering. But as far as like everything else on these two, they both look really, really good. But there's enough of a difference where it might be worth using Tomo River paper with this ink. It's very, very pretty either way. And then let's check out the swatch. Okay, so this needs a little bit more time to dry. I'm going to go dry it off. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. So here is how that swatch came out. Very, very pretty. I love how you see this very dramatic shading from how dark, the dark pink to this more of like a, I don't know, is that like a raspberry pink kind of? I'm not sure. It's very, very pretty though. And then down here in the writing, you can see the shading in there. It's so pretty. So this is definitely a beautiful ink. Would be a lot of fun if you are looking for a good pink color that's easy to read, but isn't like neon bright. So that's a very, very pretty color. And thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of these, like and subscribe so you can see more. And I'll see you all later. You have a great day.